as well, so it's going to be a massive test for us.
Is it hard to predict what they're going to do, because they've made changes to their team, and some of the analysis would suggest that they're going for a more kind of aerial option, a kicking option, both I suppose trying to impose it on you and preparing for you to impose it on them. But also, as you mentioned, they can go wide, they can do the flash stuff. So is it hard in your mind to prepare for what they're going to do, and if so, how do you do it?
Yeah, I've had a close look at their players, but I think the most important thing for me is look after myself and get myself right, and hopefully we can shut down what they throw at us.
And you've got form and momentum at the moment, a really great performance in France, and I suppose complete with one of those stellar moments, that catch in the lead into the drop goal, and then against Italy a good performance complete with one of those stellar moments, that hunting down of the Italian runner when he was going for that fourth try.
Yeah, look, I'm enjoying rugby at the moment. It's and hopefully Saturday can be the same way. I'll prepare like it's any other team, but obviously the hype everywhere else is going to be massive. But I'll still stay nice and relaxed about it.
And you talked about that recently, kind of trying to be relaxed more than winding yourself up going into games. How important is that? How much of a difference has that made?
Yeah, it's weird. I can't help being relaxed now going into games. Especially a big thing for me has been putting everything in perspective, and that's something I do every day, every half an hour, every minute. You see, I know when you have kids, you see some of the stuff that's going on in Syria. Now, if I needed to be grounded, or if I'm worried about a game, I'll go back and look at that and just see how lucky we are.
Keith, was it the Ushie mentioned there a couple of those kind of high catches you're taking as well? Is that kind of something that you have done in the past, but it really stood out? Even one against Italy on the wing, you took a full pelt as well. Is that something you've been working on, and have you been doing sneaky, get a bit of GA training as well?
Yeah, no, it is something we have been working on. I suppose it was the likes of Andrew Conway and Sweets and the boys in Munster as well putting pressure on me. So it is a big part of rugby now, and I suppose I've been doing a lot of eye training as well, like at running at high speed, so I can see the ball in that. So look, it's a massive part of the game, and thankfully some, from the work we've put in, thankfully some of the results have come through in games.
And what's that? What is that like, eye training? What's involved in that? Is it kind of something?
Yeah, it's easy stuff. Putting the necks on the window and moving your head back and forward, kind of get your eyes balanced with the gel in your ears, so when you're running at high speed, that the ball isn't, you're trying to look for it. So I think I said it last week, it is quite hard to see a ball running at high speed. So look, I'm at an age where every 1% counts.
And Chris Farrell's the lad who's coming in, and you stepped in and did pretty well at outside centre, but what have you kind of seen from him? Joe was saying he's been keeping an eye on him for the last few years as a guy to play for Ireland, but what have you seen from the few months he's been with you down at Munster?
Yeah, I've been keeping an eye on him as well, because I know Prendy fairly well, and they've been on about Chris. Obviously I know he was Irish, playing in France, keeping a look at that league, and meeting Prendy on holidays this year, and he was telling me how excited he is for me to play with Chris with his passing game, but he's a monster as well, so he looks after me.
Defensively, obviously, for so long Jared Payne kind of was almost like a defensive captain, wasn't he? And Robbie kind of taken on the mantle. You comfortable? Chris is comfortable doing that. Obviously, he's inexperienced in terms of caps, but he's got a wealth of experience of playing in France and in back in Munster now, hasn't it?
Yes, it was a bit like, as you said there, you would have JP and Robbie, but I think the massive thing for us was everyone being a defensive leader, and Chris has proven it this year with Munster, and he's proven it during November that we work on who we have and who we don't have, so he comes in, and everyone will back him, and hopefully we get a few turnovers off defensively on the weekend.
Can you give us a bit more of an insight into the marking the X and keeping an eye and training your eyes? That's fascinating. Like, do you do it on the pitch? Do you do it when you're watching TV?
I do it at home, and some of the lads will be looking at me in the physio room saying, "What hell this while I don't stare an X at our window." But I had a couple of bangs in the head a couple of years ago, and kind of knocked my eyes out of sync with the gel in the air. So I went to Balance Centre in Dublin, and and got a few exercises. Done them for a while, left them behind, and now I'm back into it again. There's something I've been doing constantly the last couple of weeks.
And is it something that it's kind of so different? Sometimes you just need to do something kind of different, and whether it actually does something or whether you think it does something, either way, that means it kind of does something.
Yeah, exactly. As I said, I'm looking for the 1% and everything now. And look, at the moment, I am seeing the ball a lot clearer in the air as I'm running. There's still loads to improve on as well, like, you know. So look, I'll keep working away at it.
Are you sure you just don't need glasses?
Possibly. Nice. Good contact lenses, yeah.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Thanks very much.